This conference will now be recorded.
Fine. So last Thursday, Friday, and we learned about inventory closing process. So I need to explain you the difference between recalculation and inventory closing. I'm going to discuss with you, and then we'll continue with a new topic. One is like prepayment invoice, another one is three-way matching. So we'll discuss on that point. But before going to start, I want any doubts or any clarifications it is required. I hope you have practiced this inventory closing process. So particularly this inventory closing process, only this inventory closing process, whatever I did it in 1 hour, 2 hours, it may take for you even 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours also to achieve that functionality. You may do mistake, small mistakes. If you did mistake, then you need to recreate once again new item and doing all the setups to understand better. To understand better, I think you need to recreate the entire process. So anyone has faced any challenges, is it everything is done properly or not, any concerns, please, any concerns, anything? Okay, I hope you have everyone practiced. I'm trusting you on you, because that, as I told you, inventory closing process is not simple process. It is little bit complex process. Of course, it is a part of T&L. It is always better to learn by you for better understanding, so that you can discuss or you can debate with your colleague logistics consultant. Otherwise, if you don't know and if your T&L consultant also don't know, then it will leads to incorrect data to the client, and it will be one of the minus points. It will become one of the minus points in your implementation. Okay, fine. I hope it is fine. Now let me discuss the difference between close inventory versus recalculation. What is the difference between these two? Let me explain you. Let me go to the application and let me close this application. Let me open freshly. Okay, so in this inventory management, inventory management, periodic tasks, close and adjustment. So here, actually in real time scenario, you are going to use this close inventory process. Instead of this one, we are doing recalculation. So the major difference between these two is, if you do recalculation, suppose you did it recalculation on today, 1st November 21. So on which date you have executed for executed for the date on 31st October. Up to 31st October you have executed. Now 1st November you have executed up to 31st October. Now I want to enter one product receipt on 30th October. Then this will allow you. If it is inventory closing, if it is inventory closing, the same process, if you execute inventory closing, system will not allow you system will not allow you to post the backdated transaction. Same process, inventory closing and like close inventory process and recalculation will execute the same. There is no change. Only problem is, if I want this already executed, if I want to post some invoices or pending vendor invoice, one invoice is received now, I need to enter in the old date. System will not allow. Whereas this one, so if it is a this if you execute the recalculation process, is executed the recalculation process, then system will allow the transactions. Understood? If you execute this one, system will not allow you to post the transactions on the till the date whatever you have posted. Any date it will not allow you. But whereas this one it will allow you. It is not backdated, it is executed date. Like post, it will not allow the it will not allow to post the transactions on the exit on or before uh, executed date or posted date. So don't look at the wordings, my own wordings. Here posted date means this one, or executed date. It is executed date on 1st November we have executed, and posted date this one, posting date. So up to this 31st October, previous dates, if you want to post a transaction, here it will allow. In this it will allow. This is allow. In this not allow or does not allow. Understood? Any confusion here? Anyone? Are you able to hear me at least first? My voice is clear or not first? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So the difference, major difference is, so if you are attending logistics consultant interviewer may ask the difference between these two. For finance consultant, I don't know whether they may or may not. But this is, if you are attending T&L consultant, what is the difference between close inventory process versus recalculation? This is the major difference. This is a major difference. So whether you are executing this one or not, it is not mandatory. At least you need to execute this one periodically, whether it may be daily, whether it may be monthly, whether it may be weekly or bi-weekly, whatever the way you want. You can do this one as a batch job. You can map as a batch job recalculation. You can schedule a batch job based on the client requirement. You can click on recalculation. You have batch job run in the background, and you can click on recurrence, and you can configure daily. You can click daily one time, and what is the time you want. You can execute this one. Automatically it will execute every day or every week, weekly once. So whatever the way you want, you can select a day and you can execute. You can map this one, but manual entry, close procedure, close inventory, this is manually you can do it. You can enter manually. close inventory manually. Close inventory process, this you can enter manually. This also you can have option to select recurrence. It is available in the system, but better is always this one you can execute. This one you can execute manually whenever you want. Suppose today it is 10th October or 15th October or 10th November, sorry, 10th November or 15th November. Now you have decided like I'm not going to post any transaction for 31st October. Then you can run this close inventory process. Understood? Any confusion? Is it clear? Any confusion to anyone, please? Of course, as I told you, this is purely logistics process. It is not finance topic, it is logistic topic, but still it is better to learn in detail by finance consultant. Okay, fine. And one more small difference between these two. This is the major difference. One more small difference is while doing recalculation, system has flexibility to select records to include for item, whereas inventory closing or close inventory process, it will not allow you to select that filters. It is not available, that filter option at all. It will execute for all transactions by default, close inventory. Whereas recalculation, we have another extra records to include filter option available. Otherwise, if you remove this record filter, then it will be applicable for all. Clear? Please unmute. Any confusion, anything here? Otherwise, if you are clear, then I will proceed further. If no more doubts, I will proceed. Can I consider no more doubts?
Clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So next topic. So let me write down this also. So possible to select filters in this inventory closing. Not possible select filters. That's it. This is a small one. Filters is not a big one, but the earlier one is the most important. These are the two different processes. Fine. Now let us understand one more topic. Prepayment invoice. Prepayment invoice functionality. Prepayment invoice functionality. What is this? Okay. Suppose this prepayment invoice functionality is available in purchase order process. It is available in the purchase order process. Means, suppose you have created a purchase order. Now, this is for 2 lakhs rupees worth of invoice, 2 lakhs worth of purchase order you have created. Now, vendor is not ready to send this 2 lakhs worth of material. He is asking like due a payment 50,000 in advance. Then I will send the material. If you want to do a payment, I want finance department, I'm just giving information. I'm in the purchase department. I'm giving instructions to finance department. Pay 50,000 rupees to that vendor. Then he will come back like, give me invoice copy. Then I will pay the payment. Now, finance department, they will not follow the instructions. If you are giving simply instructions, they will not do it. Then invoice copy. If I want invoice copy for 50,000, then if I do invoice, then product receipt and invoice also updated, means on hand inventory will be increased if you do invoice. Without receiving, how can I do? So I can do a prepayment invoice. I can generate prepayment invoice for 50,000, and that invoice copy I will give to my finance department against this prepayment invoice. Then they will do the payment. Then I will receive the material. After that, receive the material. Receive the material, and then I can do invoice. While doing invoice, I can apply prepayment invoice. Then, so 2,000 invoice, 2 lakhs, sorry, 2 lakhs invoice, and minus 50,000, it will update. So let me show you in the system. Instead of 2,000, I will do you $2,000, and I will do for $500 as advance, and I will show you in the system. Let me quickly create a purchase order. Accounts payable, collapse all, purchase orders, all purchase orders. Selecting the vendor, click OK. Select warehouse, click OK. Select the item, suppose 2 quantity at the rate of 1,000. So total amount is 2,000. Confirm. Confirmed purchase order. Okay, it's confirmed. Now if you verify the total purchase order value, 2,000. 2,000 invoice. Now in this 2,000, 500 I need to generate invoice copy. So if I go to invoice, and if I do invoice directly, if I do a directly invoice, then it is updating inventory also, which is wrong. I don't want to do regular invoice. I want to generate prepayment invoice. So to do that one, if you go to purchase tab, prepay, prepayment, purchase tab, prepay, prepayment, advance amount 500 something I have written. I'm entering 500. I want to pay against, this is suppose some laptops or whatever it is there. Category is must, you need to map. So how to do this categories means it is a part of T&L. Suppose it is a computers. click OK. Click OK. This is category is a part of logistics. Category is a part of logistics. Click save. Now prepayment is created for 500. Prepayment is created for 500. So for this 500, I am doing invoice. Go to invoice tab, prepayment invoice. Prepayment invoice. Just give me a minute. Just a minute.
So we cannot hear your voice.
I'm back, sorry. So now what we are doing, we are generating prepayment invoice. So one is prepayment entry, and then prepayment invoice, then prepayment invoice. So you have received a prepayment invoice, suppose some number we need to enter. Even if you have not received or received, you need to enter some number, date. Look at this one, it is not item 1000. It is whatever you have selected category computers, for that whatever you have entered as advance amount, that is generating invoice. Okay, then post. So now invoice is generated for prepayment. So if you go to lines, this is not item, actual item. This is for category, it was generated invoice. So the invoice copy is generated. Okay, so for 1001, let me take duplicate. So go to vendor payments, accounts payable, vendor payments, vendor payment journal. What you did it, you have entered prepayment entry against category, you have generated, and you have generated prepayment invoice, and then submit to finance. finance department. And what finance department? They will do a payment. So click on new button. You have already very well known about prepayment invoice, sorry, vendor payment. I hope at least some 20-30 transactions you have created till now, at least minimum transactions you have created. So click on and select the date, the invoice vendor's information 1001 vendor. Now if you go to settle transactions, you will find that 500 prepayment invoice whatever you have created earlier, that invoice will shown here. There are so many transactions, so it is 500. Not this one, sorry, that is not the invoice number. It is invoice number is pre-001 we have entered. This is the invoice copy. Okay, click OK. The finance department is doing payment. So we know the method of payment is check. If it is a method of payment check, check number must be filled in. If you are trying to post, you will get error messages. This is you know already. Let me get an error message. We know already what is the setup. Check number, we made it mandatory. So we have received an error. Check number must be filled in. So before going to post, we understood the error messages. Now let me generate payments. Check number should be generated. Click OK. Check number is 795 and click OK. So if it is any default printer is there, it will print to the default printer. Be conscious, unnecessarily it is waste of your papers. Even nowadays many people are maintaining printers in their homes along with the system, and they are maintaining printers also. It will be wasted your papers. Select the screen. If in case any default printers are there in your home, there in your system, in your home or in your office also. Okay, now I don't have any default printer. Confidently I have generated, and now it will show you the path, the print generated check. The generated print check, it will show you downside. So I will skip close and I will post invoice. So I will post the payment. So in couple of days, most probably by Thursday or Friday, I'm going to start a company creation process. If it is delayed, maybe next Monday, I'm going to start company creation process. Okay, so that company creation process I will teach you one time. You need to learn and you need to practice minimum to minimum 15 to 20 times, at least 20 times. If you more practice, you will understand more application better. Practice is most important. So earlier you are starting listening, now it is practicing is most important. Almost we have finished 6 weeks. Okay, so practice is important. We need to start company creation process in maybe like Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, depending upon the completion of these topics. I will start company creation process. That process you need to practice minimum to minimum 20 times. Then only you will be in that race to get change your profile from other ERPs or other technology to Dynamics. If you want to enter into this IT with the Dynamics, practice is most important. So first time it will take some time. Now it is going to close. Okay, so it will show you here the path or screen, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm not saving this file, not required. I'm closing. Now I'm posting. So finance department has paid the amount. Whatever I have given invoice copy, prepayment invoice copy, like finance department has paid this $400 to the vendor organizations. Then vendor will send the material. Vendor will send the material. That means I will receive the material. Receiving the material means product receipt. So let me go to purchase order. Let me go to purchase order. Let me do product receipt. Receive tab. Receive tab. And do the product receipt. Because vendor has dispatched for this entire quantity $2,000 amount, even though it is 500 advance amount I have paid, he has dispatched 2,000 worth of material. He has dispatched. Now I am doing product receipt. Okay, just a one small function I missed to explain you. Once it is invoice is updated, let me cancel this one. Once it is invoiced, then what is going to be debited and what is going to be credited, you need to understand the debits and credits. I'm canceling this one. I'm not doing product receipt. So now already we have invoiced for prepayment. Then if you go to journals, invoice, let me show you the voucher. What is the transaction? It is, if I click on voucher, voucher is blank. $500 posted, but voucher is blank. So we know like why the voucher is blank. Take the duplicate, because that batch job we have stopped. Microsoft Dynamics batch job we have stopped. So that is the reason it is not posted immediately. Let me go to general ledger. By this time you are already habituated. General ledger, periodic tasks, subledger journal entries not yet transferred, and you need to transfer now the voucher transactions.
So the down one.
Yeah, this one all I'm doing now. Okay, I have completed all. Now if you refresh, now it will show you one is prepayment amount account data to vendor account credit. Prepayment account data to vendor account credit. Where is this one? What is this? What is this prepayment? Let me show you that prepayment where it is available. The setups. So if you go to inventory management, collapse all, setup, posting, we know this one, posting, purchase order, prepayment. So 132190. While doing this one, you can have multiple options. You can select category, and which category you want, you can select. Computers, and you can map the ledger account if you want. Otherwise, you can map at least one all you have mapped. 132190, that's what it was posted. Prepayment account data to vendor account credit. Prepayment account data to vendor account credit. So this is prepayment invoice. So prepayment account data to vendor account credit means you know already it is in the vendor posting profiles. In the vendor posting profiles, it is already you have learned. Any doubt in this? Any questions here? Okay. Now, once prepayment invoice is generated and payment is done by finance department, now I have received material from the vendor. I have received material from the vendor. Go to receive tab, generate area page, product receipt. The all material, 2 quantity with 1000, total 2000 worth of material I have received from the vendor. So let me enter vendor dispatch document number. We know this one. This is vendor dispatch document number and the dispatch document date. This is posting date. We are posting. This is vendor document date. 1 second. Here it is showing registered quantity, but let me change it to ordered quantity. Okay, click OK. Product receipt is getting posted. Product receipt is updated. Next, invoice. Go to invoice tab, generate area page, click on invoice button. Now look at this one. One yellow mark is telling information. One or more pending invoices have unapplied paid prepayment invoices available to apply. Use apply prepayment form to apply prepayment values to the selected invoices, because you have already created a prepayment invoice, paid prepayment invoice, you can apply. That's what system is telling. So you can go to invoice, vendor invoice, apply prepayment. Now it is 2 multiply with 1000, 2000. Now earlier 500 was generated, that 500 I am selecting, apply prepayment. Now minus 500 is updating. Earlier it is 500, it is updating minus 500. And you need to enter vendor invoice number. Invoice date, best practice. This is mandatory, this is best practice. Update match status, it is passed. Now you can click on post button. So go to invoice tab, journals, invoice button. Go to invoice, vendor invoice journal, voucher. Now 2000 invoice. For this 2000 invoice, let me go back here. Subledger journals. Refresh. It was generated, but it is available. Let me click on transfer now. Now, if you verify the voucher, refresh. What it was happened, 500 whatever it was earlier, it was created, it will be debited now. Look at this one, vendor balance debited 500 and 2000 actual invoice is posted, means net effect is 2000 minus 500, it is 1500 will be posted to the vendor account. Agree with me? Vendor balance debit means it was earlier it was generated for invoice, that is reversing. Whatever it was posted will be reversed and actual invoice will be posted. Any confusion, any misleading?
So when you do the prepayment, correct, shouldn't the vendor be debited because vendor has not given any services, correct? No? So you need to get money from, like,
Yeah, vendor will be created in the time of prepayment invoice.
no,
See, we have
it should be debited, correct? Because you have not, you have given the money in advance and
see
you
one
have not
second.
given any.
It is Ajit, am I right?
Mhm.
Debit so the golden rules, debit the expense, sorry, debit the, debit means what comes in, credit means what goes out. This is the golden rule, am I right?
So when you
At the
do the vendor pay, vendor advance.
invoice, I'm talking about invoice first. This is invoice. Initially, at the time of invoice, vendor will be credited or debited. So if you look at this one, the first one, you have generated an invoice, am I right?
It's not an invoice, it's a prepayment, correct? You did a prepayment to the vendor.
So we'll discuss about the payment differently. First invoice. So you are applying, this is invoice. At the time of vendor invoice, vendor will be credited or not?
Yeah, it will be credited, but
So I'm not talking about the payment. Here, this is a prepayment invoice. This is prepayment invoice. At that time, prepayment account debtor to vendor account credit. Agree with me? Any questions here in this point?
so in Dynamics you have to create an invoice to pay. In order to pay, you have to create an
Yeah,
invoice. You cannot
yeah.
use the concept of down payment
That
where
is
you
also
have.
available. But we'll discuss that also. There is a prepayment invoice. You are talking about one more down payment
Because down payment is a different
or
way.
advance payment.
Hmm.
This is another topic. I will discuss with you. I will discuss with you. Now I am talking
Because,
about prepayment invoice concept.
yeah, because in down payment it should be debit the vendor and credit the cash or whatsoever.
Down payment? Yeah. That is available.
Because
I will discuss with you this one. I will discuss with
the
you this
reason
one.
the reason why I'm telling, because if you credit the vendor, because we have not got the goods or services, we have paid in advance. In that case,
Yes.
instead of a negative balance, it should be a debit balance because the vendor has not given us any goods or services. So on the balance
So,
sheet, even
Ajit,
if it
Ajit,
is this.
Ajit, give me 1 minute. Ajit, see, this one I am going to discuss with you. I'm going to
Mhm.
discuss with you. So, okay, definitely we'll discuss this point. Give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes time. I will discuss with you. But here it is, I have generated a prepayment invoice. This is a virtual invoice I have generated, to be frankly.
Just let me clarify. So in Dynamics, to do
Hmm.
a prepayment invoice, you need to create an invoice, which is a regular, like the similar concept of a regular invoice to just to make the
Okay, so
initiative payment.
let me do this topic, and then we'll come back here. We'll discuss this one
No, you
because
can continue. You can continue your way, but I just want to understand, like, because in that case, we have to create an invoice and then do the payment as a prepayment. That's what we are
Yes,
trying to
this
do.
is one of the functionality available in the system. One
Okay.
of the functionality available in the system, you can use it.
And then
Many
you
clients
clear
are using.
and then you clear it against this prepayment. That's what
Yes.
the system
Yeah,
will
yeah,
do.
yeah. So this 500, whatever it is there already at the time of invoice, you have generated prepayment invoice. You are doing reversal entry.
Hmm.
It is reversing that one. So this is prepayment account data to vendor account credit, prepayment account data to vendor account credit, and then whatever it is there, if you are applying invoice, original invoice, whenever you are doing vendor invoice, original invoice, if you go to this one, that whatever earlier it was posted, that will be reversed.
So in this case, when you do the payment, what is the payment entry? Because in that
It
case,
will,
the invoice didn't get debited, the vendor.
at the time of payment, definitely it will be debited. It will be debited. Definitely it will be debited. So the debit is against that prepayment vendor, like this one. See, initially, what happened? Prepayment invoice is generated. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When it is generated, it is vendor is created, am I right?
Yeah, that is credited. Then in the payment,
Vendor is
vendor is
created.
debited.
While doing the payment, it will become zero against this invoice, this locking. Okay. This payment against this 500, you are doing payment, then it will become balance zero. Actually, it is
Okay.
advance amount, to be frank
So
with
in this case, the balance is zero still, but
you. Zero.
in reality, it is I have to get 500 for the vendor because they have not given the
Yes,
goods or
exactly, you're
services.
right.
Right? So
Exactly,
in this
exactly.
case, if it shows balance zero, then your balance, how will it reflect in the balance sheet? Like, say for example,
It will show zero.
let me give you this scenario. You did the payment, but the invoice is happening after in the next month, not this month,
Mm,
and you are
mm,
closing
mm,
the book on the month end, correct?
mm,
In that
mm.
case, it knocks off and says the vendor balance is zero, correct? In this case, but
Yeah.
actually we have a 500 advance for that, which should be a debit on the vendor side.
Yes, yes. Actually, it is in reality it is vendor balance should be shown as debit balance 500, but it is showing zero if you are using this process.
Hmm. So in that case, if we do the like, if it cut across a month, then the numbers won't be accurate, right? In that case.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Exactly, you're right. Because this is suppose in general this process will be used in emergencies. I want immediately material. Immediate material. In this case, I will because vendor is asking like invoice, so vendor is asking advance payment. So finance department they are asking like invoice copy. In this case, I need to generate invoice copy immediately and I need to submit to the finance department. Finance department issues the payment immediately. Then I will receive the material in the same. So quick process for the quick process. If you want, you can use it. Of course, I totally agree with you. Instead of debit balance 500, it is showing zero vendor balance until and unless material is received and invoiced. It is showing zero balance. Now, once as it is invoice is generated, in this case, 500 will be knocked off against this 2000 and it will show you the vendor balance 1500. Okay, Ajit?
I can understand, but only the
Mm,
thing I have is at that point, like
mm,
the books
mm.
are not going to be like the
Not
numbers
correct.
are not going to.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you that one. I agree with you that one. Definitely, I will do one thing. Tomorrow, I will create a new vendor and I will show each step wise what is going on. And I totally agree with you. The balance is showing some zero balance even though advance payment is paid because virtual invoice you are generating. Virtual invoice. Now, second option, the another option or second option, it is a down payment or advance payment. Let me show this one. Let me show quickly. This is directly vendor payment I am paying. This is advance payment without any invoice copy you are generating. Click on new, select the vendor payment. click on lines. Select the vendor. Okay. Now, if you want to do advance payment, suppose if I go to this one, normally the method of payment posting profile is done GEN. Now I can change this one to as a prepayment. Otherwise, you can select this one. Automatically, okay, no problem. So I will show this one later, but let me show you this one first. I can change it to prepayment. I can change it to prepayment. What is this prepayment? Okay, here if I'm clicking right click and view details, this prepayment posting profile, can be mapped with, instead of like here, instead of credit account, I can map debit account, because you are doing down payment means it is not an asset, it is not a liability. If I want, as per the commerce, if you want, this should be reflected in the assets. Okay, you can use this function. This is prepayment. One is general posting profile, another one is prepayment posting profile. If you want differently, instead of liability account, if you want asset side, you can create one asset ledger account, asset summary account, and you can map so that it will show advance payment as a asset. So 70% people in this one may not be understanding, I know. Don't worry on that one. It is pure accounts terminology. At least 2-3 members, if you understood, that is, I am very happy. I know Ravikant is able to understand, Ajit can understand, I'm sure. If it is a prepayment or down payment, instead of credit, if I want to show, or if I want to reflect the balances in the credit debit side or asset side, yes, I can show in the asset side by using this prepayment posting profile. Understood? You can map, instead of vendor summary account, you can map some other advanced vendor accounts as a asset ledger account, and you can map that account, then automatically it will post to that account. Understood? Any questions here? This is advanced payment or down payment.
Satya, I have a question
Yes, please.
about, little bit confusion about the prepayment and advance payment. Suppose
Now,
I am doing LIC of India. Suppose I'm paying LIC installment for 12 months,
hmm,
and I want to, that is my prepay, and I want to, because of I am paying that earlier at the, suppose in the month of January, and I want to bifurcate for 12 months
hmm,
because of I am doing that expenses for 12
hmm.
months. How to do that?
No, that is ledger allocations, accrual schemes available. That is accrual schemes, whatever you are talking.
Okay.
Not this one. This is, I have paid amount. Suppose this 2000 rupees is the invoice purchase order I have created. Now I need to pay amount to the vendor. $500 I need to pay. So if I want to pay, like if I'm giving instructions to my finance department, if they are paying directly, that's well and good.
Okay.
This is advance payment. In advance, I'm paying. Once it is paid, this payment, once it is advance payment is paid, then it is a debit balance. It is a debit balance. So debit balances should not be reflected in the liability side because this is advance payment. It is my asset. Actually, it is my asset is with vendor.
Okay.
The asset value is with vendor. In that case, I can use this function prepayment profile, posting profile, and I can map the ledger account should be mapped with the asset side as you wish. The client based on the client requirement, you can map and you can post. Then it will post to the asset side rather than liability side because it is an asset of
Yes, yes.
your company.
Okay.
Agree with me?
Yeah, yeah. Then for this
Yeah.
accrual scheme, can we have explanation or can we have this topic also? Accrual scheme.
So yes. I hope whether it is discussed or not till now. I have discussed. I will verify, but definitely one of the topic general ledger module. Accrual schemes. I have discussed. I hope. Otherwise, oh sorry, ledger allocation rules I have explained. Accrual schemes not explained. It is one
Yeah.
of the topic I need to explain. Yeah, pending topic. Pending topic. Accrual ledger allocation rules I have explained, but I have not explained accrual schemes. One of the topic
Yeah.
I will explain. Okay.
Okay then. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So clear to everyone. This advanced payment. Of course, advanced payment is different, little bit different. Okay, someone else pinged. Difference between prepayment and advance payment. So see here in this prepayment invoice process, you are generating invoice copy virtually. Actually, you have not received invoice copy from the vendor. Virtually, you are generating invoice copy and you are submitting to finance department, and the finance department is paying 500. But in this stage, if you verify vendor balance, it will show 0. But I have paid $500. But vendor balance, if I verify, it will show you 0. As soon as if once original invoice is received at the time of applying, then it will become 1500. The vendor balance becomes 1500. In this process, if it is only happened till now, this one only, then my balances is going wrong because this invoice copy I have not received from the vendor. It is virtual copy I have recreated and I did invoice payment. Clear? Prasanna? Yeah, okay, fine. So I will show you this same process tomorrow also. Once again, I will create a one vendor, new vendor, and I will show you this process. And I will show you this also once again, this advance payment. I will create one transaction and I will show you what do you mean by this one and what is this do you mean by this one in detail. Once again, we'll discuss and we'll proceed. Okay, so this is little bit of, this one is purely commerce. If you have in-depth knowledge about commerce, then only you will understand. Asset side means this is normal process, you can understand. But in this process, even though I have paid $500, it is showing 0 balance. This is a little bit definitely wrong, but it will be rectified once it is invoiced. Okay, fine. I'm stopping here for today. Anyone please unmute and ask if you have. Otherwise, we'll connect once again tomorrow and I will show you once again this process to get confident. Like I will create a new vendor and I will show you.
Sir, the category is not. Can you show the category, sir? For one, it is
Okay.
showing. It is not showing for the other in the purchase order.
Which one? Category?
I mean to say in the purchase order line and also in the product receipt, the category is not showing for both of them.
Where it is not showing, can you tell me? I will verify that one. Yeah. I'm just closing this one because it is invoiced. You cannot do
Here,
it
sir,
anything.
here the procurement category.
Ah,
It
in
is
this
not
one,
showing.
in this one, in
Yes,
this one.
sir.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
item with procurement category. If it is mapped, it will show. Otherwise, it will not show. That is a topic from T&L. Okay, if it is item is linked with category,
Okay. Okay.
then it will show. Otherwise, it will not show.
Okay, okay, fine.
For few
One.
items, you mean to say for few items it is category showing, for few items
Yes,
it is
sir.
not showing. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is
Okay,
setups. That is setups. Yeah.
okay, okay. And one more question is, can't we
Hmm.
do pretext invoice this one instead of
No,
purchase order?
free text
Okay,
invoice is a for customer, not for vendor.
okay, okay, sir. Right.
Fine. Anything else, team? Anyone? Okay, if nothing, then we can wind up the session for today. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. ST. See you all.